ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। So we're looking at samasas. Samasa is expressing the relationship between two or more words, typically two or more nouns, with a single word. The relationship is expressed using a single word. And we've seen that samasas are classified. There are multiple ways of classifying, but what we are looking at is a very common way as to which of the words of the samasa, of the compound, goes along with the verb. We use the word pradhanam. So if it is uttarapada, means the second word, the latter word, if it's pradhanam, then it is tatpurusha. If it is anyapada pradhanam, it is bahuvrihi. And if it is purvapada pradhanam, avyayi bhava. If it is sarvapada pradhanam, if all the words are equally connected to the verb, then it will be called dvandva samasa. Okay. Within that, we are dwelling a little more on details of tatpurusha. So in that, we saw several examples where we saw that the case of the prathama pada is used to give a name. So he said, prathama, dvitiya tatpurusha. We haven't seen prathama. Dvitiya tatpurusha, tritiya tatpurusha, chaturthi tatpurusha, panchami tatpurusha, shashti tatpurusha, saptami tatpurusha. These are all. In what way are the two words related within the tatpurusha compound? What is the relationship of the first word to the succeeding word? That's what is the name. How does the name benefit? By knowing its Dvitiya Tatpurusha, you will know how to make the Vigraha Vakyam. So if I say Krishna Shritaha, you can say Krishnam Shritaha. Dukkhatitaha, Dukkham Atitaha. That is the benefit of knowing the name Dvitiya Tatpurusha. Otherwise, it adds no value of knowing a name. But it helps to know how these words are presented. In fact, so we have not dwelt for a long time on vibhaktis, and we have done some amount of work, but it's a huge subject. How, in a sentence, even without compounds, how should you write a sentence? What cases should you use when? So suppose I say, write the same thing in a sentence, the one who has transcended Maya. It's relatively easy. If you know some grammar, you will say, okay, Mayam Atitaha. You would know, you'd be able to say. But then whether Mayam Atitaha can be compounded or not is not known to you. Not every relationship can be put as a samasa. That is what Panini Shastra does tell you, what can be combined with what. So only a very small set of words he has listed as capable of combining with the word in second case to form a Dvitiya Tatpurusha. Okay. This much we have seen last time. Now we will move a little further and look at some Tritiya Tatpurusha examples. Okay. Any questions so far on what we have seen? Anything which is causing you trouble, which will prevent us from going forward? Not a general question, but something will prevent you from understanding more. Yes, Priyanka.
Namaste, Swamiji. You showed us the sutra 2124.
Yeah.
And then there was some sentence about gamyadi and
yeah.
I was a little confused about that. Like when I was looking at the sentence, and then you showed us Ganapatha. So there it had gummy and a few more words. All those we need to include. But in addition to that, there was also Gami
Bubukshu.
and Bubukshu. So those are just standalone words.
Yeah, they are telling you what other kinds of words can come. Sometimes there are only words, sometimes there are kind of words.
Okay.
So see, these are all the Tikakaras are knowing the language as well. So they say, look, Pani somehow didn't mention this here. Take it, add this also. That is what's called upasankhyanam. You add this also. You list this also as an appendage, as an appendix. So yes, it won't be very clear, and I don't intend to go more further into it at this time. But what we are saying is why I showed you the Ganapatha. A Ganapatha is a listing of a group of words. Now, some of these groups are closed-ended groups. Let's say, who is your immediate family? It would be a closed-ended group. But suppose I say, who are your friends? That could be an open-ended one. In the sense saying, whoever is favorable to you can become a friend. So like this, there are ganas which are called akriti ganas. They're called akriti gana. Akriti gana means a gana, a group, which is open. Its membership is not closed, locked. You can extend the members depending on context. So there are some ganas in the grammar which are closed-ended, and there are some which are open-ended. I showed you this gamyadi, it shows it's open-ended. That was my intention, that there are ganas which are open-ended. And now sometimes they will add, like you saw, Annam Bubukshu, that's adding more variety to the gana. But it was placed in the Kashika itself. So these things are a little not so easy to see sometimes unless you are taught. But I was showing you that the variety. That's why I said, for us, we need to understand the kind of words. So from Annam Bubukshu, we went to what? We went into the one who is Bubutsu, one who wants to know. Right? So what does he want to know? That relationship is Trtitya Tatpurusa. So like this, we need to see where else we can stretch where we have to. That was the purpose. Okay. Anything else? All right. We'll go further then. Let me share my book. Just give me 2 seconds, okay? Now there it is. Okay. All right. So now this is what we had seen last time, okay? So these are the last words we saw. Trtitya Tatpurusha, we saw the words are, ati, shrita, atita, patita, gata, atyasta, prapta, apanna. These are clean. These come from the sutra. Extensions is additions here. These are not part of the sutra. Gami, Gami, Bubukshu, Shabdaihi, Samasyate. This is added by Samskrita Bharati for our convenience. And that is what I showed you. That's actually there in the Kashika commentary. Okay. So when you see a word, atita, patita at the end, not that it's always Vidya Tatpurusha, it could be. That's what you should know. Not always. It could be different too. Like we saw, Swargapatita is not Swargam Patita, it is Swargat Patita. So the word Patita can come there too, can come here too. It gives you an indication. Okay. So this is what the sutra said, Shritadishu Gami Gamyadina Upasankhyanam. And for that, they gave a few examples. And for this, he did not even say Upasankhyanam, he just gave examples. That was the reason for confusion. And I said, this is showing you more words which can fit in this compounding style. Okay. So we saw these examples. Tattva Bhubutsu, Guru Shushrushu, Sukhechu, Sukhepsu. All Dvitiya Tatpurusha compounds. Okay. Then Trtitya Tatpurusa. So what is Trtitya Tatpurusha going to be? It has to be a compound where the Uttara Pada Pradhanam and relationship between the first and second word will be in Tritiya Vibhakti. See an example. Now, see this. This is the sutra equivalent, okay? Tritiya Vibhaktiyantam Subantam. A Subanta, a noun, which is ending in third case. What will it do? It combines a few words. Shabdaihi Samasyate. With some words it combines. What are the Shabdas? Here's this. Purva, Sadrisha, Sama, Unartha, Kalaha, Nipuna, Mishra, Sammishra, Shlakshna, Avara Shabdai. So you can see there is a finite set of words given here again. These are the words with which you can, when a word in third case can combine with. So we have more to look at this. I will come to it in a minute, okay? Now see, Masena Purvaha. What does Masa mean? A month. Masena Purvaha. Purva means what? Earlier, prior. So what will the meaning be? Just taking the sentence. Prior could mean older or elder by a month. Okay. So what will the compound become? Drop the vibhakti ending. Masa is the pratipadika. Purva is second pratipadika. Combine them, you'll get what? Masa Purvaha. So which month are you born in? I was born in January. I was born in December. So I'm what? Masa Purvaha. Understand? Masa Purvaha just means prior by a month. Or maybe it's some project where it's going to finish. You have to finish by April. Finishes in March. You can say what? Masa Purvaha. All right. So now the interesting thing is this. See, if you remember when we did Tritiya Vibhakti, do you recall when can you use Tritiya Vibhakti? There's some revision we have to do periodically. So I'll use an excuse and get there. When can we use Tritiya Vibhakti?
In Karmani Prayoga.
Tritiya Vibhakti, okay, fair enough. In Karmani Prayoga, but see, in Karmani Prayoga, in what sense do you use Tritiya Vibhakti? That's where I'm turning into. When means more basic question. Yes, Harsha.
Karta is optional.
Correct. One is Karta. If the karma is denoted, then the Karta will go in third case. Is that what you said? Karta is optional, did you say?
Yes, Swamiji.
Why optional?
You can choose to include it or exclude it from a
Correct.
sentence.
Fair enough. But I'm just saying, if it is there in a Karmani Prayoga, it has to be in third case. Now, I'm addressing a more basic factor. When can third case be used? Okay. Yes, Priyanka.
Hetav also?
Correct. So first, let's begin with Karaka. Which Karaka can third case tell?
Karana.
Karana Karaka. Good. Karana Karaka. So now you have, and what other Karaka can it tell?
Karta in Karmani.
Kartari Karaka. So the third case can tell two Karakas. You can lower your hand. Third case can tell two Karakas. Kartrikaraka and Karanaka. Correct. Now, what's a Karaka? A Karaka is Kriya Nishpatti Hetu. It is that which is involved in accomplishing a Kriya. Okay. When else can you use third case? Now, this Karaka is only two. One is Karta or Karana. Right? When else can you use third case? Then one answer is what? Hetau Tritiya. Correct. When you want to say a cause, you can use third case. When else can you use third case? Yes, Malti.
Saha Tritiya.
Saha Tritiya. When you have Rama is going, but with whom is he going? Krishnena Saha, Lakshmanena Saha. That Saha Tritiya. Okay. What else? Yes, Priyanka.
Enough of some alam.
Correct. Alam, with the word alam. Now, look at this. Saha is a word. Alam is a word. So the vibhaktis which come on account of being related to another word, not to the kriya. Karaka is relationship with kriya. Noun to kriya. What is the relationship with the word called? upapada vibhakti. A vibhakti which comes on account of the word relating to another pada in the sentence, not because of relationship with kriya. So the word saha is there, therefore tritiya comes. Okay. Now the word hetu is not there. Still it is called upapada vibhakti only. There's no other word. Okay. Hetu tritiya. Now in the Paninian world, in the Ashtadhyayi, you will find there is a section which says what are the karakas. What is the definition of each karaka? And then, because, see, the Panchami, Apadana, has got several definitions, not one. Even Karta has got multiple definitions. You know what's the basic definition of Kartari? Karaka? Swatantraha Karta. Swatantraha. Why do you call him Swatantraha? He is the one who initiates an action. No karaka can become a karaka unless there is a prathama karaka, which is karta. Without a karta, no action can take place. Okay? He is the one who decides in what way he should use a karaka. What karaka he uses. Suppose there's a ghata, a pot. If you're just seeing, if I'm seeing the ghata becomes what? Karma karaka. If he says, take the ghata and bring water in it, it becomes what? Karana karaka. Suppose it says, take this small ghata to fill up a bigger ghata. What is it? Karana karaka. Now he says, empty the water from this ghata. What will it become? Apadana karaka. Right? In the pot, you put some money. It will become what? Adhikarana karaka. So what karaka is told for ghata depends on what? On the vivaksha. On what you want to say, the speaker. Right? But all this depends on the karta in the kriya. Therefore, karta is the primary follow. And suppose you did not really drive the car, but you drove the driver. What are you? You understand? Drove the driver means what? You sit in a hired car and you say, turn left, turn right. What are you doing? Causing him to drive. You are causing him to drive. What do we call that? Causal, ni karta. Remember the word ni karta? And that again is what? He is also swatantra. He is the fellow who hired and says, come on, drive this, drive left, turn right, turn left, stop. So if you're following an auto rickshaw, you don't know where he'll stop. He can stop anywhere, he can turn anywhere because he's a hired vehicle. Right? So that hetumati also is karta definition. So like this, Panini will define what are the each karaka. There could be multiple definitions for one karaka. Then in a separate section, you will say which vibhakti maps to which karaka. So you will say tritiya vibhakti is for karana karaka. Prathama vibhakti for kartar karaka, even kartari prayoga. Like this, we will say. Now, this usage where we say masena purvaha, this is not actually told anywhere in the karaka or the vibhakti section. How do you know we have to use third case for this? In Panini's world, it only comes through this sutra telling you these words connect in third case. See, it's not important for you if you're not studying Panini, but still I'm mentioning it because I'm hoping one day we will do a little more of karakas also. So you will get more of the language as we go. Right? Because as I see samasas and I see questions, then I know I have to do more work on karaka and bhaktis to make it pakka. Otherwise, it won't work. So we had this usage, right? In the Upanishad class. Vidhim antarena. We had this usage. Vidhim antarena. Do you remember that in Brihadaranyaka? What did I say there? I said the word antarena is governed by second case. Do you remember that? So it has to be vidhim antarena. Cannot be anything else. Why second case? Upapada vibhakti. It's an example of Upapada vibhakti. In the same section of the Bhashya, we also saw Vidhyantaraha, Vidhyantarena. That's a very different word. It has nothing to do with this antara as being other than. That antarena is, by another vidhi. Anya vidhi vidhyantaraha, tena vidhyantarena. That's a compound. Tatpurusha compound. And the fact is, the word antara and antarena are two avyayas. They are governed by second case. They are governed by second case. How do you know? Upapada vibhakti. So you should not mix up compound with karakas. It won't work. I mean, with upapada vibhakti. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it is different. Now, interestingly, the word antara, antarena, can also mean in the middle. Between two. Between two things. Between two hands. What? There was a fly. Whatever, okay? A mosquito. So, antara, this is the example which came to my hand, okay? Between two hands, what can come? This is what came to my head. But the fact is, hastam, vama hastam, and, dakshina hasta. Vama hasta is left hand. Dakshina hasta is right hand. So, vama hastam, dakshina hastam, antarena, I can say. Kim, makshika, fly. Whatever it might be. But what I'm saying is, antarena can come in the sense of middle. Antara is itself a pratipadika. Inside has the meaning of inside. So if I say, hridayantare, it has nothing to do with antarena. It's an independent word. That does not require second case. It's only the avyaya antarena requires it. And when I say vidhyantaraha, there it's anya vidhi. The word anya is said by antara. It has nothing to do with antara. So there's a lot of complexities at times. If I tell you only the complexities, you will say, Swami, Sanskrit, I will never understand. So I try to give you some examples and one, because as you learn more. That's the only way it happens. It does not happen in a comprehensive way at one shot. If I give you a few general rules, there are 100 exceptions. But imagine if there are 1 million possibilities and 100 exceptions. Exceptions are really very small. But unfortunately, you see an exception. Then you ask, why is this so? Then I will tell you, this is an exception. Every time you find a general rule is not followed, you should know there is an exception. And in fact, in the study of Panini, especially when you do with this Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, etc., they tell you the general rule very quietly, and exceptions they talk loudly. That's what it appears to me, okay? So you think all exceptions are so important. Actually, you miss the general rule, you're in more trouble. But the way it is taught is you have a general rule, we teach you a general rule, and we teach you exceptions. Between the two, the world is covered. This is the method. You cannot learn everything one by one. So what do? You have a general rule, you have exceptions. Now, suppose you got a general rule. Let's say you got 80 or 85%. 15% you won't get. 80% you have the 80-20 rule, no? 80% you'll get 20% effort. And 20% will require 80% effort. That's the way it works. So my attempt is what? I want to give you the 80% or 90%, which will cover 10% effort. May not be. The ratio is not so good. Okay, 70-30. So 30% effort, 70% result. That's my focus. The 30 I will look at later. So there will be exceptions. Okay. So if you see something, you look, what is the exception? It must be an exception. That's what you understand. Try to understand an exception, because sometimes exceptions are large bunches. Which means if you got one exception, you might get 100 words. Okay. So take, for example, I'm going somewhere off topic, okay, but it doesn't matter. Just to give you a feel for it. Have you heard the word Sthapayati. Sthapayati. What does it mean? Places. Causes to be placed. Causes to be placed. Sthapayati. If it just stands, not causative, what will be the word? Stha dhatu. Tishtati. Stands, is. Causes to be there? Sthapayati. All right. What is this pa doing there? Where did pa come? Stha is there. Where did pa come from? Nich is added. I don't know, but I'll tell you it's an exception. When you have an akaranta dhatu, that pa comes in between indicates a causative. Now, da. What is da? Dadati. Gives. Dapayati. What will it mean? Causes to give. Gai dhatu. What does gai mean? To sing. What is the third person singular? Lat lakara. Gayati. Gayati. What is causative? Gapayati. Why, Swamiji? There's no a here. A gai becomes ga first. Then it gets a pa. Okay? Like this. Any a ending dhatu, either originally or by as steps of derivation, you'll end up with what? Pa. Exception. But one exception will catch now several. So like this, we try to get the base rules, general rules, and some significant exceptions, then a little less significant exceptions, then even less significant exceptions. Now, you have the word shama. Shama dhatu. What is third person singular? Fourth kana dhatu. Do you remember?
Shamyati.
Shamyati. Not shamyati. Shamyati. Why? Exception. Sham becomes sham.
That's from that sutra we had covered.
Yes, we have covered. Correct. Brahma, Shama, Dama, all of them becomes like that. Klamyati, Shamyati, Damyati becomes like that. What is the causative for Sham now? It does not become Shamayati. Then what does it becomes? What is the causative for? Huh?
Shamayati.
Shamayati, correct. What is the causative for Gam? Gam dhatu.
Gamayati.
Gamayati. Gamayati. Okay. What is it? So now, why it did not become Gamayati? Brahm becomes Brahmayati. Why not? Why Brahmayati? Why not Brahmayati? Exception. What is the exception? Hey, you know what? Any makaranta dhatu will not take that first a will not become a in a causative. Any makaranta exception. So shamayati, no, shamayati, damayati, gamayati. You know, like this, you get a few. That exception is hidden in some other exception. So like this, there are a lot of funny things. I covered a few questions somebody asked me, okay? But the point is, I'm trying to tell you at the same time that this is how the language is. The language is very wide. What has Panini done? He has tried to capture rules and exceptions by capturing as many at one time as he can. If you know, there is this something called, you know, when you do a computer language, you have to parse what you have. I know people are here who know computers well, software, so I'm mentioning this. How do you parse? You should take the biggest byte you can. You shouldn't take the smallest byte. And that big byte is a method even Panini follows. He will give exception which follow a lot of things at one shot, then go smaller, smaller. That's the method. So there's a lot of brilliance. I mean, not a lot of brilliance. It's just sheer brilliance. Panini is sheer brilliance, okay? to see how he could see the whole language and come up with rules is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. So we are just touching the surface somewhere right now. Okay, we'll see more. Surely we'll see more. But right now, our context is what? Now, this third case for Masena Purvaha, where do you get it from? That rule comes because Panini says these compounds are Trtitya. From there we say, therefore, in the language, third case will be used for these relationships. Okay. So what are those relationships? We'll see examples. Come back. Masena Purvaha, Masa Purvaha. Now, Acharena Nipunaha means what? Expert by Achara. Achara means conduct. Achara Nipunaha. Matra Sadrishaha. Matra means what? Mother, Matra. Matra Sadrishaha means like a mother. So you look at what? Any woman other than your wife, you look at as what? Matra Sadrishaha. Like a mother. That's how the word will come. Then, so see, otherwise you don't know what case to use with Sadrishaha. This actually comes as a separate Upapada Vibhakti. Okay. Not only Sadrishaha, the word Tulyaha. Tulyaha means what? Same. So any meaning with that comparison, comparable, will be governed by the either third or sixth case. It can be Matuhu Sadrishaha in a sentence or Matra Sadrisha. Both are possible. But this is a Upapada Vibhakti. For what? Not a given word, but a word with a given meaning. Tulyartha. You have a Tulyartha, then you can have this third case relationship. So Matra Sadrishaha comes from that Upapada Vibhakti. Whereas Masena Purvaha, you don't have a basis. Why Masena Purvaha? What is the rule for making third case? This is the rule. This is a way Panini shortens the number of sutras he has. Why make one more sutra? See the brilliance, okay? You're going, in his mind, you'll study the whole sutra patha, not half of it here and there. So if you're going to study it, I'm telling you for compounds, these words will compound third case. I'm telling you, therefore, third case is used for these. Why should I make a separate rule? Do you understand what I'm saying? Instead of saying, these words will govern third case, then again say, these words will compound in third case. Why make two rules? Make one. These words in the third case will combine, these words will combine with words, these words will combine with words in the third case to form a compound. Why make two rules? The samasa rule is called a jnapaka. What is it called? Jnapaka. What is that pa telling you? Causes you to know. Okay? Jnadhatu. Janati is latlakara. In plain prayoga. In causative, jnapayati, jnapayataha, jnapayanti. How did it become jnapayati? Jna will become jnapa because of a and d. Like dapayati, kapayati. Same story. So you can see that if you catch on to small things, your knowledge grows very quickly. But you have to keep connecting. Where you see, you keep connecting. Observe. All right. So this kind of a sutra is called what? Jnapaka. Okay. See, patha, pathaka. Jna, jnapaka. Kartari. One which will cause you, but karta of causing. Aka. The end is aka. Karaka, haraka, maraka. COVID is what? Maraka. Kills. Haraka is what? One which takes away. Malaharakaha. One who takes away the garbage is called Malaharaka. Bhagavan is the greatest Malaharaka. Papaharaka. Right? So like this, if you know Aka is Karaka, is that Kartari meaning, and you also know Gya means to know, and Pa is causative. What do you get by combining those three? Gyapaka means the one who causes you to know. Just add those three pieces of information, you have something. This is the way we progress in leaps and bounds as we connect. Okay. Santosh, did you have a question?
Yes, Swamiji. Gyapaka, is it a Subanta word then?
Yeah. Why do you think it is not?
No,
I'm
I
telling
just
you,
had it.
Gya Dhatu, okay,
Yeah.
causative, and I'm saying Aka. That Aka is making it Kridanta.
Yeah.
Null Pratyaya. Therefore, it has to be Subanta.
Thank you.
If it is not Subanta, if it is Tinganta, it should have what? It should have Tinganta,
Tinganta.
plus G, etc., which you don't see here.
Yeah.
Right? So it is in that, by that basis, it's easy to say it must be Kridanta. If it's a Padam, Gyapakaha, it should be a, or Gyapakam, it should be Subanta. I didn't give the ending. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. So now you see. Next one. Matra Sadrishaha Visa. I went to, from there to Sadrasham is a Upapada Vibhakti with Tulya equivalent words. Come back now. Gudena Mishraha. Guda means, jaggery. Mix with jaggery, some sweet. You have some groundnut, you mix with jaggery, you make chikki. That is called Guda Mishraha. Okay. Then, Pitra Samaha. Equivalent to a father. Pitru Samaha, like your uncle, a paternal uncle, maternal uncle. Some say sometimes old person you call him is equivalent to my father. Pitru Samaha. Then Mishra, we saw another word, Uda Sam Mishraha, which means what? Suppose you had some other Upasarga with Mishra, it won't combine. Otherwise, it does not have to again add some Mishra separately. That's a Jnapaka. To tell me, see, these words Mishra, some Mishra are not important for us. This is just concept I'm showing you, okay? By giving Mishra and some Mishra is saying, don't think any Upasarga you can add and make it. It is very clearly contained. Then, Shlakshna means gentle by conduct. Gentle means, Shlakshna means gentle. Not a very important word for us again. Purva is good. Nipuna is good. Now look at this here. Purva, Sadrisha, Sama. What's the next word here? Unartha. Unartha. Una means, you know what? Una means there's a shortcoming. Less. Less by something. So what's an example for una? I made on up, okay? You can say masonaha, masena unaha, masonaha. Now, ekena unaha. Unaha means what? Short by one. Unaha is short, less. Ekena unaha, ekonaha. What do you understand? Have you seen this word anytime? Yes, Harsha.
Word unamasyam, which
Correct. Okay, unamasim. Now I'm saying ekonaha, have you seen? Yes, Deepti.
that would be 0.
In counting, when we say 19, we say ekona vinshati.
Correct. What do you say for 30?
Trishati. No,
What do you say for, what do you say for 20? Correct. Trimshat.
Vinshati is
What is
20.
29?
Ekona trinshati.
What is 49? No, 29 is ekona trimshati. What is 39?
I don't know about 40.
You should know what is 40.
Ekona
All I'm
tattva.
saying is if you know 40, you know 80, then you know what is 69. 70, you know 69. Just add ekon. So, see, how do you count? You say dasha, eka. 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10, you're okay. Right? Now, how do you say 11? Ekadashi. Ekadasha. Ekadasha. What is that? Eka adhikam. On type of 10. 1 and 10 is 11. What is 12? 2 and 10. Dwadasha. Samasa, okay? Dwa plus dasha. Dwadasha. What is 13? 3 and 10. Trayodasha. Chaturdasha. Panchadasha. Saptadasha. Ashtadasha. Navadasha is also okay. 9 and 10. But one more way of saying it is what? Ekona. What does ekona mean? Short by 1. Short by 1. How should I know I should use third case for una? This sutra. This samasa tells you it should be like that. And it is not just una. Any word with the meaning of una, short, less, impaired, partially. For all those, the word is una. So another example which they give, which I don't know if I put here, is, no, I didn't put it here, looks like. Mashena unaha, mashonaha. Let me see, I'll show you. Give me a second, okay? 131. So, okay. Let's go for there. Okay. So now we will go for the sutra part. Okay. And here we will now look for 2:131. See, that's a sutra. Sutra number is 2nd chapter, 1st pada, 31st sutra. So I go there. Now what will you find? It tells you a simple thing here. I normally show you what's called as Kashika. Purva, Sadrisha, Sama. See the word Unartha. It could have been Unartha. Why not Una and Artha? You should know by the Sampradaya. Una and Artha are not two words here. Unartha is one word, which means the words which have the meaning of Unam. Unartha, Kalaha, Nipuna, Mishra, Shlakshna. This is a list of words, of which one is a list of all words which have the meaning of Una. With all those, Ityetaihi saha tritiyantam samasyate. A third case ending word will combine. And what the compound will form? Tatpurusha samasaha bhavati. It makes a Tatpurusha compound. All right. Now you look at this. This is what I told you. Asmadeva vachana. On account of this sutra, Purvadir bhiyoge, Purvadibhi yoge, tritiya bhavati. Etauva drashtavya. On account of this sutra only we know that third case governs these words. Or you have to take Hetau Tritiya and extend it to saying on account of being Purva, etc. Extend a little further. So now, Masena Purvaha, Masa Purvaha means what? Older by a month. What is Samvatsara Purvaha? What is Samvatsara? An year. So, older by an year, earlier by an year is Samvatsara Purvaha. Sadrishaha, similar. Matru Sadrishaha, right? Pitru Sadrishaha. This is like. What is Sama? Equal. Very close meanings, okay? Equal to a mother, equal to a father. Now, what is Unartha? I told you Una means short. What is the example? Mashonam. Example is Mashonam. What is Masha? We don't know what is Masha now. Only Masha we know is, black gram. Masha Pupam. What do you make? That is all Masha. But it is not that Masha. This Masha is a measure of, is a unit of weight. A particular weight. If the weight is less, so if you're buying gold and if he cheats you by a Masha, you lost money, okay? That's Mashonam. Short in weight by that. But so if I say short by 100 grams, it will be what? 100 gram onam. Okay, like that. Unam. Then karshapanonam. What is karshapana? Again, a coin, a particular value. Less by that. So suppose you're comparing, you're doing price comparison. Oh, it's cheaper by so much. That will be unam. Okay. Similarly, now he's saying not just unam, you can use the word vikalam. See, you heard the word in buses or trains, you'll see anga vikalaha. Anga vikalon ke liye. Is it there in Delhi? Might be there. Who is anga vikala? Vikala means what? Kala means a part. Vikala, vigata kalaha yasmat. One from whom a part has gone away. Bereft of a part. What will be called vikala? So, anga is what? A limb. Angena vikalaha will be what? One who is deprived of a limb. Handicap, you'll call him. Challenged, you'll call him. Simple word is what? We don't have any positive words here, okay? One, it's a very objective word. One who does not have a limb. We're not saying handicapped. Handicapped has the meaning of, loser, some kind. No. Except probably in golf. I don't know what they have the word handicap there too. So, or in billiards, I don't know. Somewhere you have this word handicap. We're not talking of that. We're looking at handicap as a disadvantage. So here it is angavikalam. Means what? Angena vikalaha, angavikalaha. One who is short by a limb. It's called angavikalam. So example of same rule. Kalaha. Kalaha means quarrel, strife. This Kali Yuga, because of Kalaha. It is supposed to be dominated by Kalaha. So Kalaha is what he gives an example. Asi Kalaha. What is Asi Kalaha? What is Asi? A sword, a dagger. Do you remember where we saw this word Asi? In the Upanishad. Sa eva iha pravishtaha. In that context, we talked of a barber's tools. And we had two examples, One is like a sword in its scabbard. And one is a little different from that. So the point is, Asi means a knife. So Asi Kalaha will mean what now? What will the Vigraha Vakya be? Ikarantas, I think Strilinga. I'm not very sure. Strilinga Upalinga. But what will it mean? Quarrel involving knives. Asi Kalaha. Better than that is what? Vak Kalaha. Vak Kalaha means what? What is Vak? What is the Pratipadika? Vach. Chakaranta Strilinga. What will the Vigraha Vakya be? Who will tell me now? Someone tell me. You should know Trtitya of watch. That's all. No big deal. Yes. Like Raji.
Kala. Watch.
That we know. Ganeshan.
Vachakala.
Vachakala. Pretty straightforward. See, if you know Marut Shabda, what should be a walkover, okay? Which means you are all forgetting the basics again. You can't afford to forget that, okay? Marut Shabda is 2 a.m. question. I'll knock at your door at 2 a.m. How does Marut go? Marut, Marutau, Marutaha, Marutam, Marutau, Marutaha, Maruta, Marudbhyam, Marudbihi. If you know Marut, Takaranta, Halantas are all simple, except Sandhi rule, they'll follow the same pattern. Vach will become what? Vacha. But not Vachbhyam. Vagbhyam, that's Sandhi rule. But Vacha is pretty, and you have, Kayena, Vacha, Manasa. Even by sentence, you will know what is third case of Vak. You understand how to learn? I'm showing you how to learn, okay? When you hear a verse, when you hear a sentence, keep those words in your head. Index them appropriately, what case it must be, and you will store it well. One example, you would say, kayena vacha manasendriyaiva. You say that, right? What is that kayena vacha? Kayena, third case, vacha. Then what? Manasa, indriyaihi. All third case. Because karana. By all these karanas, any mistakes I do, please forgive me. Now, vacha kalaha, vak kalaha. What compound is that? Trtitya Tatpurusa. What is pradhana? Kalaha. Asi kalaha. Vak kalaha. You want to add anything else? Gan kalaha. Same. Why kalaha only? Because the sutra says the word kalaha can combine with a word in third case. Not every word. Okay. Then what? Nipuna. Nipuna means expert. Vag nipunaha. Vag nipunaha means what? Vang nipunaha. It can become. Vag nipunaha. I think Vang nipunaha will also come. What does it mean? Expert in talking. Very articulate. We saw achara nipunaha. But you would think achare nipunaha, won't you think? It's not wrong. But Trtitya Tatpurusa is also possible for sure because of this sutra. Acharena. That's why I didn't say he is an expert in conduct. I said what? Expert by conduct. Nipuna. The way he conducts himself, you know his nipunata. That would be the extra there. Whereas if you take it seventh case, it will be one who is very good with reference to achara. Similar meaning, but the shade of difference. Then Mishra we saw. See, Tila Mishraha. See, in Sankranti, Makara Sankranti, what do people distribute? Typically all over India. Some til will be involved. Sesame seeds. But you never give sesame seeds, just sesame seeds, do you? You give it only at some time. Which time? When there's a bereavement. In Shraddham, you will use tiladam. So they will say, I will give tilam and water on your behalf, means I will kill you. Said in a very, in informed circle, let me say, we will do tiladana for you, means we will finish you. So therefore, you don't give tilam. What do you give? Tilam mishraha. You mix tilam with something. So if you go to Maharashtra, what do you do? Any Maharashtrians here? I don't think we have any Maharashtrians. Or Shraddh, we should have some idea. Or even Shailaja. Right?
Tilgul it is said.
Tilgud. What is til? Til is your
til.
til. And what is guda?
Jaggery.
Yes. That jaggery. So what is it now? Tila mishraha. Mixed with til. Something mixed with til.
th-कलह-न.
Tilka laddu. Correct.
th-कलह-न.
But all I'm saying is what's important is tila mishraha. It's mixed with tila. It's not just tila. Because just tila is for not good times. Bereavement is tila. This culture is there. Therefore, you need a word tila mishraha. Guda mishraha. See, if I say Guda mishraha, I'm giving prominence to Guda. If I'm saying Tila mishraha, I'm giving prominence to Tila. But fact is what? Mixture. Mishraha, mixture. See the cognates? People are there who are looking for all these and say, therefore, Sanskrit was the origin for everything. For such people, they will be very happy. Mishraha, mixture. Very nice. We found a cognate. Stha, stop, cognate. So you can find a lot of similarity. But others will say what? See, that came from European. Maybe your Sanskrit came from European language. So we don't have to get into that argument, but it's good to know. So you can relate with English words easily. Mishra, mixture. Okay. Then shlakshnaha, smooth. Achara shlakshnaha. So you can see, this is how the Trtitya Tatpurusha, one sutra I've shown you. But it's not just sutra as far as I'm concerned. I'm showing you much more than a compound. I'm taking you through the language using this as a tool. Okay. It's hard sometimes to label my class to say it's only compound. It won't be. It'll be all over. Because that's how the language is. That's how I want you to learn. Not by saying you learn compounds. After a few days, you forget it. Now you learn th-kanta. You forget that. That is not a good idea. We should keep everything in view. Okay. Come back. This is somewhat clear. More important than the compound, I want you to understand the whole works, what we're looking at. Okay. Then, next one. Next one is Trtitiya Vibhaktiyantam Kridantena Praya Samasyate. This is his word, his language. We will look straight into Sutra. So I want you to see something there. Now, we're talking of what? A word in third case typically combines the Kridanta Pratipadika to form what? A Trtitya Tatpurusa compound. Clear? This is what the sutra is saying. All right. Now, we just saw what are the uses for third case, predominant uses in karakas? Kartrikaraka and Karanakara. All right. So these two will be the bulk of this sutra, but combined with a Kridanta. You can't form a compound just like that. Third case word, when in association with a Kridanta word, can make a compound. And you will find tons of examples in our classes in Bhashyam for these. Not one or two. Wholesale. Good to know the rule well. You know. So what is the sutra there? We'll look at it in a minute. Look at this. The sutra is called Kartrikarane Krita Bahulam. Kartrikarane Krita Bahulam. Look. How did we see the text here presenting? So this text is from Samskrita Bharati, okay? Good. But what does it say here? You see the text, right? Or no? Yeah. Tritiya Vibhaktyantam Kridantena Praya Samasyate. Okay. Tritiya Vibhaktyantam. What does it mean? A word ending in third case will generally combine Praya with a word with a Kridanta. All right. Now, as against that, what did we see in the sutra itself? Kartrikarane Krita Bahulam. What extra value do you see? It's not just third case now. He's telling you third cases in which senses. Either Kartari Tritiya or Karana Tritiya. Third case words which are standing for a Karta or a Karana. An agent of an action or the instrument of an action can combine with a Kridanta word to form a compound, which is a Tritiya Tatpurusa compound. Does that make sense? Okay. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's look at the example. We'll see more about it in a minute. Okay. What is the example? Look at this now. Harina Trataha. Haritrataha. Harina Trataha. Harina Trataha. What do you think is Trataha? It's Kridanta. What is the Pratipadika? Trata. What is the last letter in that? Ta. What pratyaya is it likely to be? Yes, Raji.
Ta-pratyaya.
Ta pratyaya. Good. Ta pratyaya. Now, what is Trataha? What is the dhatu?
Trying.
Trying palane. Good. Trying palane. I said what? What is the dhatu? Trying palane. What do you gain by knowing trying palane? What does Gna tell you? Trying palane. Anybody else? Yeah, Priyanka.
It's Ubhayapadi.
No, it's Atmanepadi. You're close, but Gna is Atmane, it's not Ubhayapadi. Therefore, what will be the third case singular? Lat lakara.
Te, ete, ante.
They will come. It's Trayate. Trayate mahato bhayat. Upanishad. Trayate. Trai plus a becomes traya. Trayate. Okay. And any dhatu with a and I, when followed by certain pratyayas, that a and I will become a. Therefore, trai will become trahi. Tra plus ta become what? Trataha. What will it mean now? Ta pratyaya means what? Object. Protected. Protected. Now you tell me. Harina trataha. What does it mean? Harina trataha. Bhuma, say it loudly.
I'm protected by Hari.
Okay. Now you tell me. Which kind of tritiya is Harina?
Harina is karta in the third case.
Good. So this is an example of karta in the third case. Combining with a kranta word trata to form a compound, which is haritrataha. Is it making sense? Haritrataha. Now you can make 10 words, 100 words like this. Try. Can you make one word? Anybody? Don't have to say trataha for everything, okay? Now there is no restriction. It's not like the previous one where I gave you only a bunch of words you can form. Now any word in third case, which is representing karta or karana, can combine with any kridanta almost to form a third case compound. Wide universe. Yes, Harsha.
Ishwarena palitaha.
Ishvarena palita. So what will the compound be?
Ishvara palitaha.
Ishvara palitaha. You're again sticking with tridhatu or palanam. Not necessary. You can go with anything. Okay, I'm just saying. Yes, Bhuma.
Ramena hataha.
What will it become?
Rama hataha.
Okay. All right. Possible may or may not be always true. Okay.
Okay.
We are looking at possibilities right now. Wide open, but still not wide open. Some restrictions. What restrictions are, we will never know. Don't worry about it right now. Okay. Any other example people want to give? Open up. Feel brave enough. Okay. Nothing that you don't know. Try. Yes, Deepthi.
Jalena siktaha.
Hmm?
Jalasiktaha.
Okay. Jalena
Jalena
siktaha.
siktaha.
Sprinkled with water.
Jal-
Good. Jalasikta. Possible. Okay. What else? Anybody else? What kind of tritiya is that now? Tell me first, Deepthi.
That is karta only.
How? In your Vyoksha, Jala is the karta there?
Depending on how we construct the sentence.
Correct. Now you construct a sentence where it's karta and tell me.
Jalena kshetraha siktaha.
Okay. Take that example. Jalena kshetraha siktaha. Now I say Ramena Jalena kshetraha siktaha. Am I wrong? Translate
No.
my sentence. Ramena Jalena kshetraha siktaha. Or kshetram siktaha.
The field is sprinkled
Hmm?
by what? By Rama
Hmm.
with water.
Good. Now you tell me what is Jalena?
Then it will be Karana with Saha.
Now
Jalena
your
Saha.
sentence Jalena siktaha. You mean is your Vyoksha the water itself did it? Is that your Vyoksha? Think. Think a little more, okay? That's all I want. You're not wrong, but I'm just saying Vivaksha should be backed up by your ability to back it. Then it'll make sense. Okay? Yes, Ganeshan ji.
Parajitah, parena ajitah.
Ajitaha will be trouble. Jitaha. Parajita is defeated.
Not defeated by.
Ajitaha will see this Parajita, you have to look how it comes. Parajita will make more sense here, okay? Parajita, we have to see whether para becomes para somehow. Possibility. Possibilities exist. Okay. So, yes, Reena.
Ban hatah.
Bana hata, not ban. Bana hata.
Ban hatah.
Banina hata. What kind of tritiya?
As Katri, Rame.
Come on. Bana is a person for you?
No. Ban is
Huh?
not a person.
What is Bana? Translated in English? Bana hata is Banina hata translated in English.
Killed by through the.
So what is the role of the arrow there? Is that a doer or is it an instrument?
No. It's just an instrument. It's not the.
Therefore, what kind of tritiya? Karane tritiya.
Karane
Be
tritiya.
clear. Yes,
Okay.
Santosh.
सीता क्रीणितः सीतया क्रीणितः
Again? I didn't hear you.
सीता क्रीणितः like purchased by Sita सीतया क्रीणितः
Kritaha. Krinitaha won't come.
क्रीतः sorry yeah
Yeah.
क्रीतः
So what will the word be then?
सीतया
What will the compound be?
सीता क्रीतः
Good. Possibility. Yes. Good. See, this is how you open up your universe, okay? What do you need? A tritiya and kartari or a tritiya and karanartha combining with a kridanta. Kritaha is kridanta. That's all we care for. Make sense? So you can see the scope is not small. It's very wide now. What did he give now? Harina trataha. Then what? Nakhair bhinnaha. Nakha bhinnaha. What do you understand? Nakhaihi bhinnaha. Nakhaihi bhinnaha. What do you understand? Nakha is what? Yes, Deepti.
Separated through nails, using
Correct.
nails.
Correct. It could be that, or it could even be our Hiranyakashipu being opened up by Narasimha. Nakhair bhinnaha. Completely eviscerated with nails. Now, bhinnaha can mean separated. Bhinnaha can be divided. Bhinnaha can be cleaved. All meanings are possible. Now, you have to be creative when you give a translation for a given compound. How to give it. You know, suppose property is divided by the family, by the brothers. Bhratra bhinnaha. Possible. But there it means separated, divided. Okay? Good. Then, okay. Now, he's also saying it's not only bhinna, nakhai nirbhinnaha. Now, this word nirbhinna is not a pure kridanta. It's actually a tatpurusha compound. It's called an upapada tatpurusha compound or a raji tatpurusha compound. So, he's saying not only kridanta, even when it compounds, you can still have this tritiya. Nakhaihi nirbhinnaha. That's the extra. Okay. Then, so you see, Harina Trataha is an example of Kartari Tritiya. Nakhair Bhinna is an example of Karane Tritiya. All right. So they're very, very, economical with examples. Okay. Another word. Ahina Hataha. What is Ahi? Ahi. Vedanta you study, you have to know Ahi, okay? You know what is Rajju Sarpa, you know? You know Rajju Sarpa or no?
Yes.
Another way of saying Rajju Sarpa is Ahi Gunaha. Ahi means what? Snake. Guna means what? Rope. Okay. Ahi Gunaha. Rajju Sarpa is equal to Ahi Gunaha. Better know. Vedanta you will see sometimes. Ahi. Ahi means a snake. So Ahina Hataha. Ahi Hataha. How will you translate it now?
By a snake.
How will you translate it?
Killed by a snake.
Huh? Killed by a snake. Possible. Any other translation? Possible. It's not wrong at all. It's correct. Any other possibilities?
Hurt by-
Yes. Hurt by a snake. Any other possibilities? Loosen the meaning of hataha a little. Yes, Harsha.
Defeated by a snake.
Defeated? No. See the point I'm saying. What normally happens to a person? When will you say he's killed by a snake?
Because of poison.
Bit
when will
by
that
a
happen?
snake.
Huh?
Bit.
Bitten.
Bitten by a
When it's
snake.
bit by a snake.
Correct. So I'm saying, how will you say will you say he's killed by a snake? Is that the term you normally use in English? Ahi hataha. How did he die? He died of snake bite. Will you say died because of snake killed him? Snake didn't kill him. Snake just bit him. He died. So better way would be what? Ahi hataha means done by a snake, done in by a snake. If I want to say stung by a snake, I would say what? Ahi dashtaha, damsh dhatu. But ahi is what? The karta. Not an instrument. You did not leave the ahi to go and bite him. That somebody did in Kerala, I believe. They put a snake in the wife's bed so that the problem is solved. There ahi is a karana. But generally it is a karta here in this context. Ahi hataha. Another example. Karane, nakhair nirbhinnaha we saw. Now, parashuna chinnaha. What is parashuna chinnaha? What is the pratipadika first? Recognize. Parashuna is third case singular. What is the pratipadika?
Parashu.
Parashu. How do you know? What example do you have? Third case.
Parashurama.
No. I'm asking, how do you know Parashuna is third case? What word do you remember in Ukaranta?
Like Guru.
Guru. That's how you'd connect. Parashuna, Guruna. Right? So, Parashuna, Chinnaha. What is Chinnaha? Chid dhatu. Chid is what? Cut. Dvaidi bhave. Chidi. Chidi kriya. So, cut by what? By an axe. Parashu. Is what? Parashuna, Chinnaha, Parashu Chinnaha. Is it Kartari or Karane? Malati.
Karane.
Karane. Who answered? Did Malati answer? I asked
Vrinda.
Malati.
Sorry.
Huh? So, okay. All right. Then, now you say, why do you say Kartrakarane Krita Bahulam? Why do we say Kartrakarane Krita Bahulam? See, Kartrakarane is Saptami Vachan, Ekavachan. Karta, Kartru, Kartrucha, Karanancha, Kartrakarane. Kartrakaranam or Kartrakaranau. Then Saptami will become Kartrakarane. What kind of compound is this? Kartacha, Karanancha. What kind of compound is this?
Dvandva.
Dvandva.
Yes, it is Dvandva. Okay. Now, Kartrakarane, Krita means Kridanta, along with the Kridanta. These two combine. Now he says, why did the sutra say Kartrakarane? Because other Tritiyas are not admissible. to restrict it only to Kartari Trtitiya or Karane Trtitiya. Therefore, here he will give an example and say, look, why did he say Kartar Karana? Why? He says, because Bhikshabihi Ushitaha. Ushitaha means Vasadhatu, to live. How does he live? He lives by Bhiksha. His life is taken care of by Bhiksha. What is third case? Bhikshabhihi. Now this Bhikshabhihi is not Kartari or Karana. This Tritiya is not either of them. It is Hetu. And therefore, you cannot compound and say Bhiksha Ushitaha, not allowed. Only if it's Kartari or Karane, you can do it. Then we have another word here. What? Bahulam. Every word in the sutra has an importance. What does Bahulam tell you? Bahulam tells you that there is too much variety in this. Sometimes what is eligible will not happen. Sometimes what is not eligible will happen. Okay? Sometimes it will be something entirely different. You will not connect it even. All these words come with the word Bahulam. So when Panini says Bahulam means watch out, there are a lot of exceptions. At least some exceptions. So that's the way the word Bahulam comes. So he says what? Why do you say Bahulam? He says, see, you cannot say Datrena Luna. So we say Parushana Chinnaha, Nakhair Bhinnaha. So Datrena Lunaha, why not? Lunj Dhatu, to cut. No, Datrena Luna, you cannot make Datra Luna. Not allowed. How would I know? You won't know. But that's how it is. It says Bahula Grahanam Sarva Upadhi Vibicharartham. Upadhi means here a condition. To cover all possible conditions which you cannot specify, one word Bahulam is said. And that will tell you that watch, sometimes although there's a Karana or Kartri Tritiya in third case, and it's combined with a Kridanta, like Datra Luna, it may not allow you to compound. Sometimes it is not a Kridanta, it may allow you to compound. Sometimes it is not Kartra Karana Tritiya, it may allow you to compound. This is called Bahulam. Okay? Swami, then what is the use of the rule? 90% will be within the rule. 5-10% may be off. That's necessary because there are words in the language which will not follow the rule and the language precedes the grammar. But you don't want to make one rule for you and make the grammar, another 10,000 sutras. Keep it small. And just say, look, there are possibility of change, difference here. Word is Bahulam. See Panini's brilliance. He coined this word Bahulam and said, use that in the sutra. You will find several sutras with the word Bahulam, which means it may work, it may not work, it may be different. Okay. So that is the example here. Okay. He's giving, see, kashtaihi pachatitaram. So this you cannot combine. Cannot combine. That's why he's keeping it as Tritiya. When you cannot combine, when you can combine, not sure. But if you know the rule, generally, Tritiya in Karane or Tritiya in Kartari generally will combine. And see, you are not writing compounds. Generally, you're trying to understand a compound. And there you will always be happy because you are not going to create compounds which are not allowed. You're looking at compounds which are there in the language and you just understand them. Examine whether the third case is Tritiya Karane or Kartari. And if it is, then Trtitya Tatpurusa has a very good possibility. Shastra Pathitaha. Shishya Shrutaha. You can just make, it will come like this. Vidhi Abhihitaha. Shastra Nishiddhaha. So like this, words will just tumble out of your mouth if you think for 10 minutes. Because you're looking at Bhashya. You look at Gita, you'll find examples. You look at Bhaja Govindam, you'll find some examples. I mean, you'll find everywhere you'll find, okay? So what you should do with this alertness, now when you look at sentence, when you find some Tritiya, is it possible? Will it fit? Look. This sutra is good for that. Why? It's wide open. The first two we saw, only Sama, Lakshna, small subset. But this is a wide open. Okay. So you can see, we saw all these now, okay? Now is Tena Kritam. Is what? Tat Kritam. Now, one of the women tell me, suppose it is done by a woman, what will be the Vigraha Vakya? Tena Kritam. How will you change it?
Taya Kritam.
Taya Kritam. Good. Taya Kritam. What is the Pratipadika? For Taya, what is the Pratipadikam? Yes, Niru.
Tad.
Tat. Very good. Tat. Now, you tell me what is the compounded word? Taya Kritam. How do you make a compound word now? Drop the case ending from both sides. Just take the Pratipadika.
Tad Kritam.
Tat Kritam. Tad Kritam, correct. But the, when it is followed by the first or second of the class, will become first of the class. Tad will become tat, basically. Tat Kritam. Tad Kritam is correct, but Sandhi will make it Tat Kritam. Suppose it is seen by a woman. What will you say? Same Taya use. Taya, seen. Seen. Drish dhatu. Yes, Ganeshan.
Taya Drushtam.
Taya drishtam. So what will compound become?
Tat Drushtam.
Tad drishtam. And now it doesn't become tat anymore. No sandhi. Tad drishtam will remain tad drishtam. Am I making sense? All I'm saying is you have a lot of pieces. Now what you have to do is bring them together. Tat kritam. Then khadgena chinnaha. Khadga chinnaha. Now, Kalidasena rachitam. Kalidasena rachitam. What is Kalidasena? What kind of third case? Kartari or Karane? That's my doubt.
Karta.
Karta. Good. So what does it mean now? Kalidasa Kritam means what?
It was composed by Kalidasa.
Perfect. Now you tell me. Ramayanam. What is it? Make a compound. Done, made, composed by whom? Don't try to split Ramayanam. I'm asking you to give me an alternate word. Because you know the composer. Yes, Deepti.
Valmikaya Rachitam.
Now you use the word Rachitam. Fair enough. Valmikaya.
Because it's
You have to,
Ikaranta.
Ikaranta Strilinga nasti, Pullinga eva asti. You have to find out now how Ikaranta Pullinga will decline. It's an exception, not a common word, okay? But what will the compound be? Compound is easy. I think it's Valmiki. I'm not sure it's Valmiki. I think it's Valmiki. If it's Valmiki, it'll be like Hari. So it'll be Valmikina. It'll become what? Valmiki Kritam. Valmiki Rachitam. Okay? Trtitya. Example. Then Parashuna, which now we don't need, okay? So you can see this is a very important rule for us. What is the rule? Kartrakarane krita bahulam. That's how I'll remember it, okay? Karta, kartrakarane, in the sense of karta or karana. A third case will combine. A third case ending word will combine with a kridanta to form a compound. Generally. Bahulam, I will say generally. I will translate generally. And that is the Trtitya Tatpurusa compound. Okay. Now another example, not common. I'm not giving you the rules here. Sutra is 235, but dadna odanaha, dadyodanaha. Have you heard the word? Dadyodanaha, kshirodanaha. What does it mean? Dadyodanam.
Curd rice.
Curd rice. Tamilian should know very well.
Yes.
Immediately. Right? What do you say in Tamil?
We call it the Dhyonam.
Also, correct. See, if you're totally Tamil, you will not say Dadyodana. But in a family with that heritage, you will hear this word. Dadyodanam, kshirodanam, right? Dadyodana means what now? Dadhyaodanam. One word is missing. That's the nature of this compound. It means dadhi asikta odanam. Asikta means sprinkled with, mixed with, mishrita only. But the word mishrita is not used. Some reason. Tadyodanam, kshirodanam. Now all your chitrannams you can make like this. Compounding is Trtitya. Is it useful for us in Shastra? Not much. Therefore, I don't care much for it. Okay. Then Chaturthi Tatpurusha. Yes, Ganeshanji.
Swamiji, I have heard Itambute Trtiya by Swami.
We'll come there.
Okay.
We'll come there. That is not the subject matter of this compound. We are only talking of Karana or Kartri. That's the restriction. You cannot use Itambute Trtiya to combine with anything to make a compound here in this rule. There may be another rule, but not here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Does it make sense what we've seen so far today? We've traversed a long range, okay? Here and there. A lot of concepts have dropped. Compounding rules, we've only done 2. But hopefully you gain by the side shows. Okay, we'll stop here. Anyway, I'll take questions if you have any. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Any questions? Yes, Sampath. Your camera should show your face a little more than the sky above. It'll help me. Good. Little more will help. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Sorry, Samish. I was in a mute.
I know.
The usage of like mother, what do you call that, the Tritiya, Swamiji, like Karana, Tritiya, Kartri?
There is no word. It's an Upapada Tritiya. No given word. No specific word. We have only 2 words. Either it is Karaka Vibhakti or Upapada Vibhakti. 2 words. Karaka Vibhakti is only possible here in Tritiya as either Karane Tritiya or Kartari Tritiya. Everything else is Upapada Vibhakti. Hetau Tritiya is Upapada Vibhakti. Sahat Tritiya is Upapada Vibhakti. Common word. Now, what will you call this? Will you call Sadrisha Tritiya? Doesn't make sense because there are other words also. Right? So we don't put a specific word for that Tritiya, but you understand these words in Tritiya can combine in Tritiya. Okay. So this is how the subject matter is in terms of saying, see, because the language is too wide. If you start giving a name to each one, you'll have too many names potentially. Again, you have to correlate the name with the contents only. So rather than bring another intermediary, he is just telling you these words will combine in Tritiya like this. Okay.
Sadrisha, Sama, etc.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I can quickly share that with you. Yeah, let me do that. So this happens to be 2372. See, I'm just slowly throwing into Sutra world without you knowing much about Sutras. But 2372, we'll look at it right now. Okay. What did it say? Tulyarthaihi tulopamabhyam. Atulopamabhyam. Trtiya anyatarasyam. Okay. Now, before we get into that, let me do one thing for you. So let's just go to 2.3. Okay. If you see any sutra in 2.3, it is to do with vibhaktis. Any sutra in 2.3 will be vibhakti. Whole vibhaktis are all in 2.3. No other place. Except Jnapakas, which is at time samasa, it's not here. Like, we saw an example of samasa, where we saw shlakshna. We saw a bunch of words, right? Those words are not covered in 2.3. Only Jnapaka and samasa section. But otherwise, all bhaktis are in one section, which is in 2.3. Okay. So now 2.3 begins by saying, am I sharing it? Yes. Yeah. Anabhihite. Anabhihite means what is not denoted. If it's denoted, it has to go in first case. What can be denoted is only karta or karma, depending on prayoga. If it's not denoted, then alone you step into this chapter. Otherwise, don't go further. It puts a boundary right there. Anabhihite means when not denoted. And this will run all the way as Anuvritti in this whole section. I'm not trying to teach you Ashtadhyayi, okay? But this is just by the way, so that you gain something more. Now, Anabhihite, you hold on to. And we come down to the almost last sutra, and it says, Tulyarthaihi tulokmabhyam tritiya anyatarasyam. Anyatarasyam is a mouthful to mean or. Optionally. What does anyatarasyam mean? Optionally. Now, optionally, what is the vibhakti? Tritiya. Then what is the other option? You go behind further, you'll have to look, but you will find Shashti. Okay? We have to go and look. See this Shashti? This Shashti will be going down somewhere. Either this or another Shashti will be going down. This Shashti. 2350, this Shashti will be going down all the way. So, what we know here by looking at just this sutra is what? Tulyarthaihi. Tulya means what? Comparable. Tulyartha means what? Words which have the meaning of comparison. With those words, third case can be used optionally. Other option is sixth case. When it is not within upama. Don't worry about the condition right now. What does it say now? Tulyarthaihi shabdaihi yoge tritiya vibhaktihi anyatarasyam pakshe. What is the other possibility? Shashti cha. Tulopama shabdo varjayitva. So now, what does it say now? Example is what? Tulyo devadattena. He is comparable with Devadatta. And the same thing can be said by what? Tulyo devadattasya. Sadrishaha devadattena. It is a synonymous with Tulya. Tulyartha is what is said here. Therefore, all synonyms will come. Sadrishaha devadattena. But it should not be with the word Tula. And it should not be with the word Upama. Then Tritiya won't come. Therefore, Upama Krishnena you cannot say. Upama Krishnasya na vidyate. Condition. But what is important? Now, Sampath, you asked me, Swamiji, what is the name of this? I will tell you, Sutra is 2372. Name, there is none. Okay? Sutra is only if you study grammar. If you don't, what should you know? When you have tulya or sama or any other word, sadrisha, equivalent, all those synonyms will take either third or sixth case in the situation of comparison. Okay. Did it confuse you more or help you?
No, it helped me. Thank you.
Anything else? Anybody? Yes, Deepthi.
Swamiji, just to add, I checked Valmiki's Ikaranta pulling shabda. That
Yeah.
we,
So it will
like
be,
with Hari Shabdavat.
that's what I said. It has to be. But see, you thought it is Ikaranta and you try to decline it like Strilinga. That's the problem. Ikaranta, I'm okay if you say it's Ikaranta, could be. But you have to then know it is Ikaranta Pullinga. And that you have not seen too many words. You know, I'll give you an example. Suppose, you know, there is a dhatu dhi. Dhi.
Dhi.
Right?
And
Now, suppose you have punyadhi. You make a pratipadika with dhi in the ending. That will be ikaranta. Only then you will get ikaranta pullinga with dhatu endings. Otherwise, you won't get generally. Very rarely you might find something else. I have to use the word generally because I don't know the language. It may always be one exception. Never know. Safe is to say generally. Even if I don't say, you add generally to whatever I say for safeness. Okay. So ikaranta, ukaranta, which are normally strilinga, you will find pullinga if it's a dhatu. Okay. Swayambhu. See? Swayambhu is Brahmaji. What is it? Ukaranta pullinga. Not strilinga. Swamiji, all ukaranta are strilinga. Wrong. Not always. Where will you find Shabda Manjari? Go to Asadharana Shabda. You'll find it. Sadharana Shabda you won't find. That's the beauty of Shabda Manjari. He will keep you to what is necessary in Sadharana. And if you want to progress a little further, go look at Sadharana. Not common. Get the common words first, then go for the uncommon. Beautiful method. I love it. Okay. Anything else? I love all of you, okay? 30 brave hearts staying on, not dropping the class yet. I'm waiting when more will drop out, okay? Not really. But all I'm saying is it takes a staying capacity. It's not easy unless you keep. That's why I'm not doing new things at a fast pace. I'm going very slowly and bringing old things back again and again. So you can relate with what's. But you have to take the time. What you can do now, you take, let's say, Gita. You know, in Gita, you try to find words now. Any trtiya, dvitiya compounds. Fine. You will study some Gita and you'll get some words. Or take out one page of Brihadaranyaka Bhashya. Find some compounds. See what, as we do more compounds, the more you'll cover. You'll be able to see more. But right now, try to find what you know. Universe is very small. At least try to see, can you spot Bahuvrihi with Tatpurusha? Uttara Pada Pradhana or Anya Pada Pradhana? That's a great exercise. Where you can. This is the way you will learn more. Some of you have more time, some of you have less time. Therefore, and I don't have too much time to cook exercise right now. So that's why you're not getting exercises. But you make your own and do it. Somebody asked me, what is Raghu Vamsha? What compound? So it is the Vamsha of Raghu. Therefore, Shakti Tatpurusha. Ragho ho Vamsha, Raghu Vamsha. No? If it's a name, it will be different. It will be Chandra Vamsha, will be Chandra iti Vamsha, Chandra Vamsha, Karmadharaya. But associated with the name, it will become Shakti Tatpurusha. Okay? All right. Anything else? Yes, Deepti.
Swamiji, it's a request like to understand more about Upapada Vibhaktis and about you were mentioning the definition of Karaka Vibhakti.
We'll get there. We'll get there sometime. I just don't know when. I'm looking at these things to see how to bring you. See, because my first goal was to make you understand some basic Sanskrit so we can make progress. That we have done. We have come a long way from there. So you all understand basic Karakas and Vibhaktis. Now, in what other sense of Bhaktis can be used is a wide open topic. Not very easy to cover. And a lot of them will not be very useful to us either. I have covered important ones earlier. Hetau Trtitiya, Saha Trtitiya, Alamarthe Trtitiya. Some I have covered. But I did not cover, the one we saw today. Kartri Karane Trtitiya we have covered for sure. In good measure we have done it. Because Karmani Prayoga also is seen. So I have been trying to hit again. I told you my rule is 70-30. 30% effort, 70% result should come. Then only you'll have enthusiasm. Even with that approach, number has dropped to 35 people now from 70, 80. So what do you think would happen if I did everything up front? I will have only me in class. So I have to be kind to myself, all right? So, really, and all I'm saying is this, we will do what we can in time. So we have to see how to balance meaning with prakriya. Prakriya means how to form the words. That balance is always hard. Forming words, brahmayati, how does it come? We have to do extra work. Why kathayati and not kathayati? More work. Exceptions will come. So I have not yet entered that section of forming words because it's an ocean in itself. So I felt I started with samasas. Now I'm thinking maybe I'll do a little more samasa, a little more, along with samasa, I'll cover some karakas and upapada vibhaktis as we are going now. So you will get some more. We'll see what we can do. I have it in my mind, but how it will happen, when it will happen, no plan right now. Okay. Thank you all. I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Shanti Kumar, you're able to follow?
Yes, Swamiji. Yeah.
You're very quiet. Therefore, I'm wondering.
Yeah, only thing is I'm not able to do